Hi everyone. So today we do the devotions for the first Friday devotions in our Catholic Church, and we offer reparation to Jesus for the wounds that we cause to his Sacred Heart. And we join in as Marian helpers. I join in online. They do it first Friday of every month. And people do go to church as well. I did not go today. I just joined this online, but I joined the Mass at home. So it's basically the same thing. I unite my spirit to the Christ spirit. And tomorrow it's the American independence. It's a big celebration for them. And I was invited by Cardinal Burke to join in some of the prayers for America. So I participated in that, and those prayers are ending tomorrow as well. I also made a promise to them that I have all these people approaching me for money. I also need money, but I told them that I since I can't have the money that I need and that I want, I will pray for them every day. So I pray for that shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe in my prayers. It's in Wisconsin. And I have prayed for America consistently. I pray for them for their elections because I'm part of some organizations that are in America. So because I cannot support financially, I pray. That's one of the things I can do. Until I get a job, I cannot give any money. I don't have enough to make my own ends meet, so how am I going to support other people and other religious organizations and bodies and all that? But I just wanted to share that for those of you who are interested in the First Friday's devotions. You can find it online. I'll post it. It's over now, so I'll post it. I'll post the link. And we spend some time in adoration as well. And I like to do it at home because then I bring that sacred space into my home and I can join with them when they're doing it live online as well. I haven't met Father Chris Ayla. He did come here, but again, it was too far for me to get to where he was. So I didn't get to meet him, but hopefully he'll come to Toronto to a central location, and then I'll be able to meet him at one of his events. They do come up often. Some of the priests, they come to Canada. So hopefully I will be able to meet him. But yeah, the battles we fight are spiritual battles, and it is important, prayer is important that we pray, because there's good and there's evil in this world. And so praying is one of the ways that we strengthen ourselves, we strengthen our faith, we strengthen our families. And again, it comes from my parents, my dad and my mom. My dad prayed, we all prayed before he went for his final operation in South Africa. We prayed at home, we prayed in our lounge, we prayed in my grandparents' bedroom. We prayed and asked Our Lady of Lourdes to help him, that he would return to us well. But God willed it otherwise, so God took him home. And my mother also prayed in our home. We used to say the Angeles together as a family. And then afterwards, once my grandmother left, we didn't say it together as a family. But I say it in my home, and I pray the Rosary as well in May and October. And those are the things that strengthen us on our journey. Having people who set an example for us, and then we make a choice once we're adults, whether we want to continue to have that devotion and that faith in our homes or not. Some people do not want it, so they choose a secular lifestyle. For me, I choose to keep it and I choose to embrace it. And I don't think I would be able to get through all the things that I've gotten through if I didn't have my faith. Because that faith is what strengthens you, that faith is what helps you, and the faith is what helps us to stay confident as well. Because there's all kinds of things that come against us in this world. And today, especially with what's happening in our environment and in our world, with the the earth is heating up, and the sun is also sending out solar flares. There's more and more comets and things, I don't know what those things are called, fireballs coming down. Our lives could end instantly. There's been earthquakes in places. There's fires across Europe because it's so hot. And some of those fires are not man-made. I know that people think the fires are man-made, but some of them are not. I know in South Africa, we get those fires because the veld catches fire. The earth gets so hot that when the sun hits those dry leaves, it catches fire, and then it burns. And unfortunately, sometimes it burns in the areas where there's a lot of houses. There's some of the most beautiful parts of South Africa. And when I went home this last time, one of my friends took me to show me, like, it's sad to see how it just burns and there's nothing they can do. So sometimes people are stupid. They burn, and then they can't control the fire. But sometimes it's an act of God. And when it's an act of God, you don't know what's going to happen. So, yeah, I pray for South Africa too. And in fact, some of the South Africans came, they went to Europe. They went to Europe to teach them about burn control. That's something I've mentioned in my talks before, about how when you burn to release the veld, because then the earth, the grass and all that, it grows back stronger. And so you have burn control where you burn a section and then you make sure that there's people there that are putting the fire out, so it only burns in that square or within that area that you want the burn. So they took them from Africa to teach them about burn control because they didn't know about it there. So there's a lot of things as the environment changes. Those of us who have lived in Africa, we're going to be able to adapt better than the people here because they're not used to the heat, the intensity of the heat and all that. They're not used to having drug shortages. They're not used to having all the things that we have lived with already. So we are going to cope better. Even all the videos I'm putting out about prepping and, buying a few extra things, keeping them, those are things we grew up with because we grew up in the war. And also because in Africa, now you get everything in Zimbabwe. But for decades, you didn't know when you were going to get those products or when they were going to come. So you learned how to prep, how to keep things, have a few extra things. So all those things are now going to start happening here. They're going to affect people here. And prayer is important because we pray for our safety, we pray for employment, we pray for our countries. I pray for Canada too. But with the Americans, it's much more coordinated, and they'll send out flyers, they'll send out leaflets, they'll put out things on the internet. Sometimes if they know you're a spiritual director, they'll contact you. Like Cardinal Burke contacted me. So I told him, yeah, I can pray, but I can't give any money because I never have any work. I don't know why I came to this country. I never have any work. So that's what I do. And yeah, we'll keep praying, and all these things are very real. You'll see that, like when the elections come out in America, then you'll have these people saying, oh, we're going to vex a candidate, or we're going to do this, we're going to do that. They do it. They do it, and we know that from the story of St. Patrick, because he was in Ireland and he went through that, where he turned to witchcraft and all that, and then afterwards he returned to Christianity. So it's important that we pray, and I pray for America. I pray that she will continue to be a Christian nation, and I pray for her to be prosperous and to be a kind nation. Some of these things after working for them, it's like, oh my God, They can be very, very cruel. Their public can be very cruel. So, yeah, I pray for America. I pray for this is their July 4th, their big celebration, 250 years independence. So, we are under our King Charles. I don't mind. It's okay. I prefer to be under them and be part of the Commonwealth. The republics can be very cruel. And after working for them, because with Teleperformance and some of these companies, the company is here, but the headquarters is in America or France. And if it's in France, it's worse. It's worse. It's all about the dollar. No matter how many millions they make, they want to make more and more millions, and there's no accommodation for health, for religion, nothing. So they're a slave nation, like America. America is also a slave nation. So it's very hard. But anyway, I thought I would share that for you. And it's important when you have good role models, then you can also strive for that. And people were cruel to my mother. They were very, very hard on us as children, and without a dad, people were very cruel to us. So even if it's your close neighbors, at least you can form a good relationship with them, but nobody can replace your father and growing up in a two-parent home. And I'm tough. I know I'm tough, because if I could live in South Africa, I can live anywhere. New York is nothing. New York is nothing compared to South Africa. And I've got good friends there. So if I get a job there, I'll go back there. I'm very close to them. And the South Africans are very much about, they have that corral thing, they keep you all together. So I would go back. It's very hard, and it's hard for me because I brought my mother here, and I said, oh yeah, mommy's coming, I'm responsible for her, I'll be able to get a good job. Oh, lo and behold, TD let me go, and I have never been able to get another permanent job, because even those jobs at Teleperformance, they're contracts. They bring you on a contract, and on that contract it says that once the client takes the work away, they can terminate you without any notice. So it's a very cruel society. And it's based on the French. It's coming from France. The headquarters is in France. So it's hard. It's hard when you watch your daughter suffering or your mother suffering and there's nothing you can do. It's very, very tough. And when you're a widow, it's worse. It's worse. I'm grateful to my friends. I've got good friends, but if I had my dad, you see how far ahead I am of everybody. I would be leaving you guys behind. Like, I'd be gone. I'd have my Alfa Romeo and my big house and everything. I would be gone. Why do you think they're keeping me poor? They can't believe how well I've done. They can't believe all the things I'm doing for the church, for Christ, for building up Christ's kingdom. They just don't understand it. Well, it's just prayer. It's God's prayer. I haven't done anything to deserve it. But I also didn't deserve to lose my dad. And I didn't deserve to have to walk an hour to town in that heat. I didn't deserve to grow up in the war. So forgive me for bitching and complaining when people complain that they grew up in America and Canada and how hard it was. I don't have time. I don't have time. I tell them off. So that's how it goes. But yeah, I wish I had my dad with me. I wish I had him. It's been tough, very, very tough for me. But I will get a good paid job. And if it's God's will that it's not here, then even better, because I'm tired of going through this every year. Every year. 1 day of work, 2 days of work. Oh, please. Meanwhile, I'm connected to world leaders. They should give me a decent paid job. All this one campaign nonsense of, oh, we support women and girls, and yeah, we're striving to put women in good positions and bring them out of poverty. That Bono didn't even give me one job. He told him, they're telling everyone he loves me. I said, yeah, tell them I love him back. Then I left him. So, anyway, America gave me Elvis, so I guess I can't complain too much.